I have been wearing barefoot shoes for almost 2.5 years right now, and I absolutely love them. However, even though I absolutely love them, I haven't been consistent with them at all. In those 2.5 years, I had a lot of periods where I was consistently wearing them, and then for some reason I stopped wearing them. And I'll tell you everything I want to tell you in this video about my barefoot shoe journey and also why I started wearing them in the first place. And the way it actually started was, I think, around 3 years ago when I was on vacation in Switzerland with my family. We always go there. We do a lot of hiking over there. It's an absolutely amazing country, and the hikes are very accessible and very enjoyable as well. And during those hikes, I was always wearing my hiking shoes. These huge boots with a very thick sole, and they're made for the mountains. And I always learned that these shoes, they are what you should wear when you're doing a hike in the mountains. But in all the years I've been hiking, I've been taking these long walks in the mountains. I never liked them. I never liked putting them on. When I was walking in them, it felt off. It didn't feel like I was properly walking for some reason. And after a while of wearing them, my feet would start to hurt. They would get really hot because those shoes were kind of narrow. My foot would be like squished together, and that would hurt so much. So at one point I absolutely hated them, and I just said to my family, I won't wear shoes anymore. I want to go barefoot. I only want to walk barefoot from now on. So my family looked at me weird. My parents were like, well, if you do that, you will not fit, your feet won't fit into normal shoes anymore. Are you sure you want to do this? So I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'll just walk barefoot. I thought, our ancestors, they didn't have sneakers. They didn't have hiking shoes. They were walking around barefoot. So if they could do it, why can't I? So that day we went on a short walk around the village, and I went barefoot, as I said. I did take my hiking shoes with me for security. And that was good because after around 300 meters, my feet were hurting so much because of the terrain I was walking on, and because I still had like baby feet basically, because I was never walking with my feet. I always had like a thick layer of rubber underneath my feet basically, so my feet never were in contact with the ground, so they also didn't get stronger. And I decided, well, okay, maybe this is not the right time to start my barefoot journey yet. I will do some more research when we get home. So after that vacation, I kind of forgot about that, but 6 months later or something, I actually remembered it, and I ordered my first 2 pair of barefoot shoes. And I remember I was so excited about this because I wanted to be more connected with how we should be living and how we are supposed to live basically. And barefoot shoes are one way to do that basically, because your feet, they aren't supposed to be in a sneaker, because a sneaker, it's kind of narrow, and your foot wants to splay out like this. Your toes want to go separate and they don't want to be like this. But in a shoe that's narrow, your toes get pressed together, and this results in foot problems. You know, when, I think it's called bunions, when people have a big toe that's like pushed inwards, and you have this big knuckle on your feet or something that is pushing outwards. That's caused by shoes, by wearing too narrow shoes. Another reason why wearing conventional shoes is bad is because they are too supportive. And now you might be thinking, how can something be too supportive? Isn't that good? Well, it turns out it isn't. It isn't good to have support on your feet. Your feet actually need to have as little support as possible, because they are designed to strengthen themselves and to give your body the support it needs. So what happens when you're wearing normal shoes? I'll quickly For example, these shoes. These shoes, they have right here, they have this bow. You have a bow in your foot. It's kind of like this. And normal shoes, they have an insole that is pushing against the bow of your feet, the arch. The arch is what it is called. And what is happening when it's pushing against that arch is your arch can lay flat and it gets lazy, it gets weak. And because of that, you get flat feet and your feet cannot even support your own body weight. So even though people say that these kinds of shoes are good because they give you support, they actually are bad because they make your feet worse, they make your feet weak, and they make your feet dependent on these shoes. And another reason why these shoes are bad actually, even though they look nice, like I really like these shoes. I have multiple pairs of these kind of sneakers and they feel nice to wear and they look good, but they're just not good for your feet. Like this, you see this? Your heel is elevated and you also have like this air bubble that you're walking on. And even though you might be thinking that is good, it's not, because you're constantly walking with your feet like this, meaning that your calf muscle is constantly shortened. And also, when you're walking with these shoes, you are unconsciously striking really hard with your heel on the ground, or at least that's what I was doing. And because of that, the shock goes through your ankle all the way to your knee. I'm using my arm for an example because I don't want to put my toes into the full view of the camera. Because what happens when you walk and land on your heel is the force lands boom like this, goes into your knee, into your hip, and then goes through your back into your neck. And the end result is basically you get joint pain all over your body. Your whole body gets fucked up. And that's why elderly people always need to get hip replacements. They need to wear these huge supportive big shoes. They need to walk with a stick or a walking what the fuck is that thing called, like a walking cart, or like these electric scooters or something, or I don't know, I don't even know the English names, but you know what I mean. I'll put some pictures in the screen. And that's all because they're wearing the wrong shoes, or at least I think it's because they're wearing the wrong shoes. And probably there's some other causes because some elderly people don't have this. But the main point I'm getting at is conventional shoes, conventional sneakers, they are not good for you. But when you're wearing barefoot shoes, these are actually good for your feet, because your toes can go splay out again, your feet muscles get stronger, the force of impact when you're walking on the ground, it doesn't shoot through your body as much, so you get way less pain in your joints. So all these things are benefits, and that's also why I like these shoes so much. But the downside is that they look goofy as fuck. Like they most of the time they look stupid. Like, look at these ones. Like, I mean, I'm not wearing this in public. Like, bro, they got separate toes. But the thing is, when I'm hiking in these, when I'm taking these on a walk, or when I'm wearing these in general, they feel amazing. They feel incredible. I'll quickly get another pair to show exactly what I mean by they have more space. Okay, so these are the shoes I normally wear every day, and I really like these. And as you can see, the sole is really wide. There's a lot of room for your toes to splay out. But when I get my, sorry, I'm out of breath because of the running on the stairs. I need to train my stamina, Jesus. But when I'm wearing these are my favorite shoes, by the way. There's not as much room. Like, when I put these ones on top of each other, like the black one has more room. I don't know if you can see, but also in this shoe, my toe can go all the way out to right here. But in this shoe, my toe still, there's like a little bit less room because of the fabric that is used. So in this shoe, your toes get crammed up like this. But in this shoe, your toes can just take up their space. See? Now, they look really goofy. They look like, I don't know, duck feet. Somebody said that they look like goofy shoes. Like, yeah, that's the one downside. And that's basically the main reason why I wasn't consistent with wearing these at all in the last 2.5 years. Like, I think I had one period where I didn't wear them for one entire year because of my fear of what people would think about them, about me when I was wearing them. But right now I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, they are good for me. I like them. They feel great. Like, when you're wearing this, it's so great because your feet have freedom. Your feet can actually breathe. And I instantly feel when I'm putting on normal shoes again that my toes are being pressed together, and it's such a disgusting feeling. Like, ugh, I hate it. It's terrible, but it's so normalized nowadays. But back to what I was talking about. Barefoot shoes. I switched to them because they are so much better for our feet. They replicate walking barefoot. They have a very thin sole. Like, I think this sole is like, how thick is it? 2 millimeters or something, or 3 millimeters. This is a running shoe, by the way. It's very flexible. Like, as you can see, you can just roll it up. Like, it's insane. The sole is very thin, so you can feel everything below you. You can feel everything you're walking on. So you can feel stones, you can feel twigs, you can feel, I don't know, everything. Dog poop also. However, I don't really like walking on dog poop. But there's so many benefits, and it just feels so incredible. And yeah, I'm really hyped about barefoot shoes the last few weeks, or 2 months right now. I've been wearing them for 2 months consistently again, and yeah, I'm starting to feel proud about them. Like, I just walk around in them and people look at them weird, and I just don't care. I'm just like, yeah, I wear these. Who the fuck cares? You probably care, but I don't care. They feel amazing. They're good for me. I'm doing what is healthy for me. And yeah, I'm 100% sure that when I'm going to get older later and I'm still wearing these, I won't have any hip problems. I can still walk. I can still sit up. Like, one problem that most of the elderly people that go into nursing homes have is they can't even do this. They cannot even stand up. And for some reason, I have the ideas that wearing these barefoot shoes, they are going to prevent this whole issue because my body is going to stay strong. So yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to say in this video. Probably a very chaotic and random video, but I just felt like sharing all these things with you. And this is, again, one topic I'm very excited about the last few weeks. And yeah, I'll probably be posting more about this in the future. So yeah, that's basically it. Go get yourself some of these. Even though they look very goofy, they feel amazing. See you later.